evening, everyone. It's Mish here, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and I hope you keep coming back for more. And if you're returning, I thank you so much too. I really look forward to comments, and sometimes there's a comfort in just knowing, getting to know people through comments and stuff. But today we're going to be doing week 45 in the Margarete Miller Collage Challenge. If you are unfamiliar with this, you can go to Margarete Miller's website. I can put a link in the description below. And for the last few years, in her Etsy shop, she has 52 weeks of prompts that you can participate in. So I started at the beginning of the year. I was late starting, so I had to do a few a week to kind of get caught up, but I think by maybe April I was all caught up, or March or April, and I'm kind of proud of myself in the fact that I've been consistent with it, where sometimes I get halfway through something and then something else comes up and you know, I don't get to finish. So anyways, we're only on week 45, so there's still a few weeks left before the end of the year. So I am working in my Moleskine journal. I think, going to reconsider this for next year, if I do the challenge next year. I did get this at a yard sale and I just wanted to use it. And I did extend the spine and then eventually took some back pages out because it was still getting very hefty. So if you haven't seen some of my back pages, there is a playlist. I love that one. So you can check those out if you get a chance. But for today, we're going to be using this little guy and get to the page here. Okay, so the prompts for this week for 45 is something noisy, a signature, something underlined in red, a formula, something found in a yard, and bonus is a definition. So it's going to be kind of play as I go here because I haven't really thought about things too much. But some of the background paper that I'm going to use are floral things that you would find in a yard. So I think I'll get that down. I keep catching the edge of my desk on my sleeves. So maybe I'll do something like this, maybe something like that. So we'll start by just getting that down. I am just going to use some Elmer's glue, and I'm just going to go lightly with it. It looks like there's a lot down, but I have a micro tip on here. If you use too much, then it does tend to warp your paper, especially where this is very thin sketchbook type paper. So I want to put that down, and then maybe that underneath there. So the weather here today is actually November, I'm not sure what the date is, the 2nd? November 2nd, I think. November the 2nd, yeah, wow. And yesterday, I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we had our first dusting of snow, which is quite early for us. I mean, in the past, yes, we sometimes do. But it's actually stayed down. It's not on the roads, but it's in the yard and on the roofs and whatnot, which is a bit early for me. I mean, living in Nova Scotia, we have to accept the fact that we get snow and cold weather. But often, in the last couple years, it hasn't really snowed until into January. Which is nice. Okay, so then on this side, I'm thinking, not really sure what I want to do here. Because on this side, I think I'll have my one of my prompts, which is, I think I'll go maybe something like that. I think. So we'll get this down first, and I'm going to leave a little space, maybe at the top, a little pocket that I can stick my prompt in later. I like to have my prompts hidden in the page, so in years to come, I can pull out the prompt and kind of remember what the actual prompts were, because in the future I may never remember what's going on here. And then I think I'll put the red one down. I think my nozzle's getting clogged up here. So in Nova Scotia, in Canada, we have a coffee franchise called Tim Hortons. It is kind of iconically Canadian. And I have to admit, I have a guilty pleasure in the pumpkin spice lattes. Now I know some people are probably groaning at that, but the way Tim Hortons does them, because now Tim Hortons used to typically be more like a brewed coffee place, not an espresso. But they went to espresso, I don't know, a couple of years ago now maybe. And so they do the espresso pumpkin spice latte. Oh my goodness, I crave it. Okay, so I want to go next with maybe something something found in a yard. So I initially found this tree because I try to link the prompts to a theme, and this theme is going to be Christmas. Again, I can probably hear some of you groaning. But I love it and it's making me happy. And November sometimes is a hard month for me. So, and Christmas is bright and cheery. So I love it. So I thought about this tree, and then I dropped something on the floor of my craft room, and I looked way in the back under my desk, and I found this tree sitting on the floor. And I thought, this little tree has called out to me today. So I think instead of this one, I'm going to use this one. It's a little bit dirty, but I felt sorry for it. I sometimes do that. Do you ever look at something that's just an object and just feel sorry for it? Well, I sometimes do, so I felt a little sorry for that guy. But something else found in a yard is a snowman. So I thought, well, we'll grab him and try to get him organized on the page as well. And then something underlined in red, I wasn't going to use that prompt. I was just going to swap it out with something. And then again, I walked out to the living room and just randomly, because I had vacuumed yesterday, I found this strip of red paper. So I thought, well, we can underline him with this red paper. So it's just funny how all these random things just happen. So I'm going to just cut the top off that so that I can raise that up a bit. I think life is all about a series of random events. But in saying that, I do believe that the random events have meaning. Sometimes you shouldn't look too much into something, but I do believe that there's meaning in things that happen. Okay, so something noisy. I had a couple things picked out. I found these bells, because bells can be noisy. But then I found this moose. Moose is typically Canadian. And he has bells on him, and he has this post with things that are hanging. And I can just imagine that he's a bit like the old tinkers that would walk around with all these things hanging off, banging and clacking. So I thought I would use him as something noisy. And if you ever have heard a moose call, that's pretty noisy too. It's kind of scary. One day I was walking back a dirt road with my brothers. I don't know if they were with me at the time, but I turned to go back, and there on the road was a great big moose standing there. Okay, so then a definition. I haven't had my Foamimo printer out, and I do love this little printer. So I thought I would make use of that today in two ways. One is that I printed out a definition of giving, which a definition, there was quite a few in the dictionary, but one that really resonated with me was providing love or other emotional support or caring. So that's going to be my definition. But then for a formula, I printed out this one, which is how fast it's estimated that Santa sleigh goes on Christmas Eve. So it goes 0.5% the speed of light. And the way they figured that, the University of Leicester in 2018 did a study. I don't know how you'd study Santa Claus, but did some analysis and determined, based on, at the time, there were so many Christian families. I had it written down here, but I can't find it now. But if you are interested in that, you can go just do a Google search. Oh, here it is. That in 2018, they estimated that there would be 238 billion Christian children that Santa would be delivering presents to. Anyways, I think that's just a bit of fun. And then for my signature, I just received a stamp set the other day because I want to do some Santa letters, help Santa write some letters this year to some of my friends. And in this stamp set that I got, there's a little signature, Santa signature, so I thought I would maybe see about putting that there. So that's kind of my ideas, and now it's just trying to make it gel. I wonder if I could use both of those trees. Kind of like that, maybe. And then, because I think with my little moose over here, I don't really even need to put the bells. And then my definition and my signature. I could put those kind of on that side. Just trying to make it all gel, to be honest. I think I do like that. So I'm going to put that down. I think I'll use both of these. This is a sticker I've had for, I think, since the 80s, to be honest. And stick that down. And then I'll put this one, because I have to use this one. This is the one that was on the floor. So let's just get that down. Like so. And then I know I'm going to use this little snowman, and I want him to be sitting on this piece of red strip that I found on the floor. So cut that off there. And then I'll get this down. Let's see. Okay. And then I want about there, I guess. I also have other playlists, and one of them is it's just a card. Well, started out as just a card making one, but I will be doing odd bits and bobs from now to Christmas. This is 2023, and there is a giveaway opened for some of the cards that I've made on the channel, as well as some other bits and bobs. So if you're interested in a giveaway, then check that out. Okay, so we've got that, and then I know I want my moose, Morris the moose. I want him to be kind of centered a little bit on there. Okay, so we got our moose down, and then that keeps popping up and I don't like it. Although, you know what? Sometimes that adds dimension. I'm just going to leave that. Right, so then this one here is actually, I printed it on the little printer there, but I printed it on vellum. And I'm just wondering if I put that straight down, it might get lost. No, I think that might be okay. Because the other thing I was thinking I might use is I have some vellum that has some snowflakes. And snowflakes is definitely something that you would find outside. So I was thinking maybe I could put a little strip of vellum here and then put that on top. And then this one. Okay, so I do know that I want to put that right there, I think. Yeah, so I want to put this Santa sleigh, the formula for how fast Santa is going. I broke my thumbnail right off, and I have, and I'm finding it hard to pull that off. Okay, so I'm going to put that about there. Alrighty, and then I'm thinking that I could just put, actually I would like to put that over. See if I can move that over without tearing everything off, without ripping anything. Alright, so I'm thinking I might put that there. So I can put that possibly there. Okay. And then Santa's signature, I'm thinking maybe there. And so for the next thing, I think I'll put that up there. So I'm going to get my trimmer out. And this is 2 1/4 or 2 1/8. So I'll make this 2 1/4 so that can go on there. And I can make like a little, just a little mat for it. Okay, we'll see how that works. So if I can get this centered evenly with the borders. Get that off. I think I'll straighten that up down there. Okay. So then, I'll get that down. Okay, and then put that there. And it just gives it a bit of frosted look, which I think is not too bad. Could also put Santa's signature there, and then some bells there. I actually like that better there. So I think I'll leave room for that. And then for this, I'm just going to try, I've left, no, I'm going to do some tape runner with this because I think it shows less when you do tape runner. I could be wrong, in my opinion, but I think it is true. Alright, so I don't want to line everything up really straight, I don't think. That's how I might do it in my journal, but... Oh gosh, so we could put that kind of off to the side, or we could line it up. I think I want it off to the side a little bit. Except it's gonna impinge on. It's not enough space, so I'll just line it up. Okay, so we have our definition. So let's try and get... I have a red ink pad already here. This is real red. And then I'm just gonna, I have a piece of scrap paper off to the side here that we'll see how this goes. Okay, let's see if we can get Santa's signature. I'm going to have to pull this close, and excuse me if my big head gets stuck in the way. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's cute. It did come off a little bit, the red, but again, it's a collage. Everything's not going to be perfect all the time. But I do like it. So we've got Santa Claus's little signature there, and the formula for his nighttime ride through the skies. You can keep track of Santa through the NORAD tracker on Christmas Eve. If you go online to NORAD, they have a little thingy that they track them. Okay, so I do want to put those bells on. Maybe. I was kind of thinking up there. The other things that I gathered for in the sky, or found outside, found in a yard. Well, I mean, it's debatable. Stars aren't found in my yard, but I can access the stars from my yard. Snowflakes would be in my yard. So the things that I had pulled out were just some shiny stars and some snowflakes. These are stickers I've had for a long time. So I think I'll go with these because this more accurately meets the prompt of something found in a yard, because right now in my yard there's a lot of snowflakes, and there was a lot of snowflakes in my yard yesterday. So let's get those little, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick up there, but it's nice. And then I need another one down in that corner. And it's funny in the shops because right up until, well, I guess a lot of shops have had Christmas stuff out already, but it's almost like October 31st, you go to sleep and it's fall and pumpkins, and you wake up the next morning and there's been a transformation, and now it's all Christmas, and soon the peppermint mocha lattes. I do like a good latte. So that's kind of coming together. It's harder to see on camera, but I think it's sweet. I do need something down there, so we might as well carry on the theme of the snowflakes. I picked up these stickers, and I think 20 years ago. I picked them up when I lived in the UK. I was doing some shopping in Croydon, which is South London. And they have a little art, it's no longer there, a little arty craft place. And they had a ton of these stickers. And I bought a whole bunch. They were only like £1. Now they're a lot more than that if you try to find them. And sometimes you can't even find them. So I've got that. Maybe we'll put a little something down there. And then I think we have it. I think. I could keep putting them around. I could put a couple stars, even though technically they're not in the yard as such. They kind of are in the yard. Well, actually, I do have stars in my yard. I have wooden ones on my fence. So I think I am going to put a couple of these stars. So with the stars, because these stars are metal, I'm going to have to use the Fabri-Tac, because that holds metals and plastics better, I find. If you guys have a better suggestion, I'd love to hear it. All right, so we'll get that down. And we'll get that down. if you followed along, you'll know that I'm a nurse, and I've been a nurse for 30 years. So it's always, or pretty much has been most of my career, I have been management at times, but that I work every other Christmas. So I am so thankful that this Christmas I'm off. So yay! So I'm already planning. Oh, that's cute there. I'm already planning my dinner. I love a good ham, but I also like turkey. And turkey at Christmas is I usually only have turkey at Christmas. So I'm thinking I'll do both because I'm off. I just need a little something right here, and then I think we're finished. But I want to do, I think I want another snowflake. So I want to thank you for stopping by. I think we've got it all now. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we have something that's noisy. We have this guy that's clicking and clacking as he goes along and the bells are ringing. We have a signature. We have something underlined in red, formula, something found in a yard. So we've got some trees, some snowflakes, some stars if you look up in the sky, as well as my wooden stars on my fence. And we have a definition. So thanks so much for watching. If you did like this, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love for you to subscribe. Check out my other playlists. I'm doing a collage journal as well as some cards and other assortment stuff. But until next time, I hope you stay safe and well, and bye for now.